Today I want to talk about ribbon and bows on wedding invitations. I'm sure you have seen invitations like this, and I know they look beautiful, they are stunning, but there's a little detail. I made this cute little example here. So when you have your bow, it creates the knot on the center, and here is the problem. When you put this card inside of the envelope, it's going to be bulky. And there are a few problems with this. Number one, if your envelope is kind of thin paper like this one, it's going to be really hard for it to close the entire flap, which will expose your invitation to probably damage. And number two, you will probably have some issues with the post office because this lump here can have problems when it's going through the sorting machines. So you can have a beautiful invitation and not even have a very thick invitation, but this lump is going to cost you a lot more to mail. I have seen some post offices charging Ground Advantage, which is now the new first class mail, but processing it as a package. So they don't have to process it through the sorting machines. They do it manually, and they will charge you around $3 or $4 per envelope. And one of the things that also come with upgrading your shipping method is that you will not be able to mail your invitations in this envelope. You will probably have to put them inside of a bubble mailer or a cello bag, cellophane, you know, the transparent bags, or inside of a hard mailer. And they will put a huge label on the front, just a shipping label, and that's not cute. So what are your options? First, if you really want a big bow on your invitations, I would highly recommend to upgrade to shipping them in a box. Something like this. It's gonna look amazing, but it's gonna be really expensive. Another option would be to find really thick envelopes like cardstock envelopes. Those work better when it comes to this type of invitations because you will not see the big lump as much as you do with paper envelopes. But just keep in mind that using a different size of envelope or thicker envelopes or larger, heavier envelopes is going to affect how much postage you're going to need to mail the invitation. And another option, if you really want to add a ribbon detail, but you are willing to sacrifice the bow to avoid this, making it flat with a wax seal is a great idea. Here I didn't use the same ribbon, but this is actually thicker ribbon and it has a wax seal on the top. And this envelope is a little thicker and it also has a thicker envelope liner, but I can close the entire envelope with no problem. And in fact, these invitations didn't require any extra postage. So here you can compare. This is basically flat and this one has this big lump. If you're going to sort this through the machines, it will probably get damaged. This is not. So these are the options that I recommend if you really want to add ribbon to your invitations, but it is something that you really want to think about before going to the buying the postage stage because you don't want any surprise.